And go. Hello everybody, Horfade here, and welcome to my new Let's Play of Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This is the Wii version of the game, which is a port of the DS version. So unfortunately you have that kind of unsightly just text around the actual game that makes the game look small. This is the only way I have to actually record it, so sorry about that. You also might notice that my voice sounds clearer, maybe. I have a new microphone. It's so much better, and I don't even have to be like super close to it to talk into it and hear it properly. So gonna get started. And who knows, I chose Ace Attorney because it's just a lot of me talking. I tried to find some localization differences, and we'll see, what comes about, but for the most part, this is just going to be going through this game, because the first Ace Attorney is fairly short, actually, so while the episodes might seem long, they're not, too bad. This first episode probably going to be longer than most of the other episodes because it's just trying to set everything up. So hope you're ready. Let us start. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Holy cow, it is weird with this small screen. This is gonna be weird because this small screen like this. The episode 1, the first turnabout. Now screen to enlarge a bit. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Me too. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew! I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Yeah, actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over! Isn't that your client? Screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Oh boy. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty, Tom. I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? My God, Larry. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. Please give an explanation. I'm not good at explaining things, game. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. A school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh, what's his name what does his name mean in Japanese? I'm very curious, because I don't know what his name means in Japanese, because, God, whatever joke it was in Japanese, God, they translated it well. In 23 years I'd known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I could say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. The court is now in session for the trial of Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready. The voice I'm doing for pain? Oh God, no. Wait. I don't have different voices. I'm gonna try anyways. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Handshaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Why, that's me! The defendant is me, right? Right, then you completely lost your focus. The defendant is the person on trial. You're his lawyer. Oh, yeah, right. And no laughing matter. You did pass the bar, didn't you? Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Oh my goodness. So this first case allows you to screw up completely, so you're going to see every option for this first case. That's why this episode's going to be very long. That's not going to happen for any other case. The defendant? That's Mia Fey. Wrong, right? Look, I have to leave. To go. Oh, fucking. I expect to get delivery. Come on, Chief. There's no need to be cutting so soon as that. I forgot about that line. Right. This is the defendant is the one on trial, your client. Because about as basic as you can get. I put my foot in it this time. I gotta relax. Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you decide. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Oh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover sometimes. It's... wait. Oh. No, wait. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. The victim? Of course I know the victim's name. I had just forgot. Temporarily. I feel a migraine coming on. But the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the plus button to check it any time. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case? Cindy. And you can go profiles. Mia Fey, Chief Attorney of Fey & Co., my boss and a very good defense attorney. The defendant in this case, a likable guy, was my friend in grade school, Larry Butts. Cindy Stone, that's the victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself and went to Maine, age 52. The prosecutor's case lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Well, the victim's Mia Fey. Mia Fey? What? How can I be the victim? I mean, you're the victim in these horrible shenanigans I am doing here of wasting your time. Right, sorry, the first name popped in my head, and the plus button. Please check the court record. Let me ask once again, let's hear you answer. Who's the victim in this case? Why, that's Cinderblock. Wasn't it Miss Block? Miss Cinderblock? The person in question was a victim of murder. Not ill-conceived, maybe, Mr. Right? If you forget something, use the plus button to open the court. Yeah, okay. Same court question, yeah. Alright. I get to mess around for this game, too. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was poisoned. Totally. Wasn't she, poisoned by, poison? You're asking me? Chief, help me out. Check the court, right? Yeah. Chief, get the guy a break. Kitty, no. No, Kitty. Stay away. Stay away from my wires. I'm recording. She's... Uh-oh. Kitty, please. No. Uh-oh. Sorry, Kitty. Cat's in the way. Right, she was strangled, wasn't she? Please tell me that was you talking to yourself. If you wish to yourself is trying, you're welcome to do typical. Oh God, right, that line. Oh jeez. Do I give you another try? Oh my God. I forgot about that. She was struck once by a blunt object. I don't wish to hang myself, please. I'm okay. I'm fine. I think I was hit in the head with a blunt object. I can't get it. Correct. Yes or no by questions. Is there a reason why we shouldn't proceed? I see many reasons why we shouldn't proceed, but okay. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object after failing to get it right twice. Could you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepted it in evidence. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence I had during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Press the court right. Yeah, I know. Let's check everything. We have our attorney's badge, but no one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. I mean, they could make a paper one. Time it. Seems outside to report time of death, 7:31, 4 to 5 p.m. Cause that due to blunt trauma. Statue in the shape of the Thinker, it's rather heavy. Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. I just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. That's gonna be bad. That face! Mr. Butts, is it not true that a victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Antony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you mean is what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. And I'm back after the cat decided to unplug the Elgato. Thanks, cat. Where was I? Oh, yes. So, I'm going to talk about the localization of these games, because the original games took place in Japan. In North American version, they localized it to an alternate universe Los Angeles in which Japanese culture has been allowed to flourish and blend into American culture. I do feel, which is a good enough explanation, I guess, for the Japanese stuff you see in the series over in the West. And because of that, in the Japanese victim, I just butchered that. In the Japanese version, the victim took a trip to New York City instead of Paris. And in the French version of the game, the French version actually localized it differently too, so that actually takes place in Paris. And in those versions of the games, so since they take place in Paris, Sydney Stone's trip is actually to Sydney, Australia instead. Which is, which interesting. Ace Attorney is very creative in how it localizes stuff, so this is just, one of those things that you see differences of, but they're handled very well. Anyways, I guess that was one way to get back, is to talk from the cat interrupting and unplugging the Elgato to talk about that. Ugh. Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want to answer that question. Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Wince. Oh yeah, right, his name's Winston Payne. Wince in pain, right. Right. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. God, Larry. He went. What do I do? Honestly. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth! God damn it! Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts, dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, I didn't see her. My ears. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Ooh, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. I don't have a consistent voice for pain and it hurts my throat. Please bring Mr. Frank Saw to the stand. Mr. Saw, you sell newspaper subscriptions. It's correct. Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Frank Saw, Mr. Saw, you may proceed with your test. Saw it, God. Please tell the call what you saw on the day of the murder. Phoenix Ace Attorney loves its puns. Winston Payne, Frank Saw it, God. Here's the first witness, jeez. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he'd left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in your apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? But he did. I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function properly. The phone that Mr. Sard used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. No, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor, and the music kicks up. Alright, right, this is it, the real deal. Bum, 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 ba-da-ba. What exactly am I supposed to do? You did pass the bar, right, Phoenix? I know the game needs to teach us, but you did pass the bar, right? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? And that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You'll hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradiction between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you find the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Not literally. Okay. And press the witness with the minus button or by waving the weir mode. And check your facts again with the plus button and point out the contradiction. So I could just go to the contradiction, but for this first case, I'm going to press every single thing. I don't care. Let's see if waving the weir mode works. It is not. Okay, it was not working. I'm just going to press minus, pretty much. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, when the witness means that the man he saw looked suspicious. So what happened next? Thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door open. Half open, you say? Yes, the door was open halfway. Yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd, in a big city like this, I thought. I see, and what happened next? Thinking it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. God, blah, blah, blah. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside. Why'd Payne cut him off so quickly? So you looked into the apartment. What happened then? sure she was dead? Phoenix, that's a dumb question. Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. Well, maybe it's not a dumb question, but I guess that would look fail to anyone. Very well, what happened next? So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes, I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next? Phone in her apartment wasn't working. Phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that! I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Went to a nearby park and found a public phone. God, the first testimony is so long. God, so much longer than I remember. Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. This was made before cell phones were like on every person, like everyone had one. And being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Right, what time did you call again? "1 p.m., are you certain?" Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m. Alright, doesn't that seem strange to you? Presents and evidence contradict. Yep, I know. I read time exactly. Yeah, I know, but before we do that, I want to press the last one. Are you absolutely 100% positive? Yes, it was him. No mistake about it. The witness says he's certain. And then we can loop around. That's all of it. Must be a contradiction in there somewhere. It might not be a bad idea to press him with the mind spun or in the remote. But then examine the court. Yes. Okay. And find the... Yep. Got it. Now we can move so much faster. The text. Now, where is it? 1 p.m. I'm gonna see if this works. It's figuring out. But that's wrong, because you died at 4 p.m. Hey, it worked. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, Frank saw it. I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death is sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh my god, I love Phoenix's like smug face there. Oh, that! This is true! The witness immediately forgot the time! After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sot, are you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a real good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. It's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now! Would you care to give a testimony again? This one's gonna be a shorter one, right? Oh, this game is gonna work my throat to death. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right? You know what to do. Press everything, even though I don't need to. You said heard, not saw? Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something. But if you're so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. That's a... The witness did say he actually heard the time! Phoenix, you're stupid! It's Lucas says he wouldn't hear anything. I have to agree with the prosecution, Phoenix. Your argument there was really dumb. Are you sure it was a television, not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio in the premises. There was only one large television. Right? I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television. The witness has testified. He heard the time. How do you explain the gap? Well, witness, can you explain this? Oh, that was it? Wow. Video? Yes, that would explain why the time was wrong. True, true. Right? I think the problem lies someplace else. We agreed that you had the time at the scene, then. Are you sure the voice you heard said it was 1 p.m.? Yes, I could practically hear it now. It was quite clear. Mr. Payne, it's prosecuted to verify this testimony. My apologies, Your Honor. I, too, have only just learned that the witness heard the time. Oh, I'm really sorry. I only remembered it just now. Well, you just watch it. Not much point pressing him on that one, was there? No. Notice anything suspicious? Yep. So, you can do the contradiction either here when it says on the television, or when he's saying it to tape program. Either of those statements work. Because there was a blackout. Hold it right there. Prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard television or video. The defense has a point. You have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawt. No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. My toupee! Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawt, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. You seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawt. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. My throat is killing me from this first case. Oh, boy. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it as the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Contradiction is so obvious. But we're still gonna press everything. Bum, 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 bum. This struck me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock. A table clock? Table clock? Was there a table clock at the scene? That's the first I've heard of it. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. You tell yourself in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. Why didn't you tell us that in the first place? I guess it just slipped my mind. I'm not really sure how it happened myself. The witness says he saw the table clock. End of story. Now find the contradiction. I just pressed mine, so it didn't work. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was the statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? Oh yeah, here's cornered. Oh, this is such a good song. What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sot. I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submit it's a statue. My apologies. I see. The murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Absolutely. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he knew the victim. Tell me, isn't it true that you knew the victim? In fact, you were one of her sugar daddies. Be frank with us, Mr. Sot. Be frank. Frank? I'm always frank. It's literally my name. Your Honor, we have complete records of the victim's relationships. Mr. Frank Sot does not appear anywhere. Oh, really? Please, Mr. Wright, is the best response you can muster up? Try to refrain from making off-the-cuff accusations in the future. Yes, Your Honor. Thank goodness, no penalty. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I could prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Oh my God, he's short, right? Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. At least shorter than other witnesses in this game. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sot, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandably, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock. I heard. No, I mean, I saw. Shut up, I hate you. It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. You're looking real guilty, Sot. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defendant's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sot heard was definitely this clock. A fact is clear if you simply, now that the exclamation marks are here, we will get penalized, so I'm not going to screw around. Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between when Mr. Sot heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sot, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing! Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right, how am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, This ends a cross-examination of Mr. Frank Saw. I come all this way down here to testify, and look what happens. They treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. Ugh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Saw. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. The answer is so obvious. Not like this. Think it is so obvious. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes, but that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Always send down the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why a clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes! It's so easy. Maybe I could prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that could prove it, right? Find it and let him have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that could prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock is running slow. The passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, a time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. there, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proven up for you, Mr. Saw It, or should I say, Mr. Did It. And he's dead. We killed a man. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client, he is arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. I'm so glad this case is over because Payne's voice kills me. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I am quite impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty! Confetti! And with that, the court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posted a newspaper salesman to check on people, to check and see if people are out of the house. God, now I can't read now at the end of the episode. Blech. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Oh, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fight your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen Charlie on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Harry Butts. Yeah, thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence house? Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you just want to cry? Larry? Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, I'm not sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? This statue. These don't penalize you or do anything, but you have an... It's good to get them right when you're outside the court. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chumpster. Huh? Look at that clock. It's a clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. So much that it killed her. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things can change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Our work here is done. Yeah, I guess so. Hey, how about dinner on me? Drink a toast to innocent butts. I'm never gonna get over his name now. Speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer is because of him. Yeah, part, at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me. Unless you count the clock he gave me a... Sorry about that. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell Chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end of case 1, not the end of the game, if only it was this short. Brand new episode's been added, which we'll do in the next one. Turnabout Sisters. Would you like to save? Not in an LP! So thank you so much for watching this first episode. Oh my god, that first case actually hurt my throat more than I thought. Thanks, Pain! Oh god, why did I do that for Pain? But in the next episode we will continue. We will continue with Ace Attorney. And, I'll just probably, I'll record back to back. In fact, by the time you see this, I will probably have case 2 also done. Probably record case 2, all in one session. Won't be one episode, but all in one session. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.